Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Sunday to talk about Happily Ever After. What's good?
What's up, everybody?
Not much. So you didn't like this episode or something, right?
This was very boring for me. It was hard for me to stay awake and stay engaged. I did fire off some tweets. I can work with very little information. Like, that's one of my gifts. I don't need a lot of information to work, but this was boring. Like, the extended scenes with Brandon and Julia and her parents, and the extended Darcey and Georgie coverage, and then extended Libby and Andre bullshit. Like, this was really, really trying for me. Like, this was really trying. It's like being invited to a place where I don't like anyone there. This was really trying. Like, I was just like, there's not really a scene that's gonna come on that I want to see. Like, I really had to engage myself because I had such a strong urge to pick up my phone and scroll through TikTok.
Yeah, like the Darcy scenes especially were kind of boring. But just to backtrack a little, apparently an episode that wasn't boring was like our last Friday episode podcast of 90 Day Fiancé Fridays was apparently hilarious, especially the strip club reviews.
That was probably, I think I said earlier, the most unhinged episode other than the Lauren interview that I've ever experienced. That the strip club reviews were almost too funny. Like, it was a lot, guys. It was a lot. Like, if you didn't listen to it, you need to listen to it. It's even funnier the second time around for some reason, because for some reason it was even funnier the second time I heard the reviews. So go check that out if you haven't, because I think what you would call that is comedic gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it was really good. Like, you would think that we have like people writing our jokes because that shit, it was just that funny.
You just can't make this shit up.
I couldn't even breathe for most of it. I couldn't even react. It was just too much for me. So yeah, if you didn't listen, go back and listen to Friday's episode of 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Friday. So you won't be disappointed. I promise you. And if you do, come back into the Patreon chat and just comment Gigi Dancer. We'll know exactly what you're talking about. Don't say anything else. Don't give anything away. Just when you do go back and listen, go back into the Patreon chat and just comment Gigi Dancer.
Yeah, Gigi Dancer is like the new Triple X beast. So you have to listen so you understand the lore of the podcast.
Yeah. You gotta, once you understand why we're saying that, you'll get it. But yeah.
I listened to the playback once, but I feel like I should go back and listen to that segment a second time.
I think I've already listened to that segment like 3 or 4 times, and every time I'm cracking up laughing. Like, and I know what's going to happen, but I still can't help myself. I'm still fucking pissing my pants laughing. I'm like, I can't. Where do these people come from?
Yeah, I remember I listened to the Lauren interview probably 5 or 6 times, and this is probably the only other one that I think that I'm gonna probably be able to listen to over and over and over. It's that good. It's that good. It's that good.
True. Yeah. People were leaving like comments on what's it called up in the Spotify comment section. I was getting DMs on Twitter. So it's definitely everyone loved that episode. So everyone go listen to that. Anyway, that was just a little plug for ourselves. So I guess let's get back to Happily Ever After. So let's go to just do the juicy part first, which was the Jasmine, Gino, and then Matt accosts Gino.
Well, yeah, can you imagine you're fucking someone's wife, right? You move someone's wife into your house and you're fucking their wife and you get their wife pregnant. And then you go and talk to their husband, the man whose wife you're fucking, so you can scold him. Like, I've never heard of anything like this in my life. And I think that Matt is so lucky that Gino is Gino and Gino is not me. Because I would have floored this man. Like, the fact that, and I thought it was funny because Gino was like, I've never met him before, but he's really like small and short and ugly. And I was like, Gino, I'm going to need you to channel that energy into your fist. I was like, the fact that he is under the impression that it is okay to approach you in public, he is already out of pocket. Because if you're fucking my wife and you see me in public and you think coming up to me to discuss things with me and yell at me is acceptable, I have given you the wrong idea. the wrong perspective.
While he's trying to make Gino look shitty in front of his new girlfriend.
Right. Because I was like, Gino, he is so lucky. Because I was like, say, remove Gino and place me in that situation, and there would be a police presence because I would have knocked the living shit out of him. I was like, how dare you? How dare you think that you can fuck my wife, destroy my family, impregnate my wife, and then tell me how much of a shitty person I am? I was like, you have clearly not been smacked around yet. And don't worry, I'll do it. Trust me, I will. But you clearly have the balls of a person that you shouldn't have. And so,
like, imagine you like bring in a married woman into your house and you're fucking her, and then you have the balls to meet the husbands of her, and then say, "Hey, by the way, husband whose wife I'm fucking, like, I can take you to court and get money out of you for housing your wife that I'm fucking," or something.
it's crazy to me, and it's funny because I was thinking about how my family is and how Gino's family is, because I was like, if Michelle would have pulled any of this stuff that she pulled, like inviting a mistress or a home wrecker to one of our family events, I was like, Michelle would have lost some teeth too, because we don't play that shit in my family, right? Like we don't do disrespect, we don't do out of pocket stuff, and if you want to act that way, we don't discuss it. We use our fists. So I was like, Michelle is clearly, she hasn't fucked with the right family yet. So I was like, I'm just like, she's gonna eventually learn the hard way that this isn't the way that you treat your family. Because a lot of people were like, who would invite Jasmine's mistress, right? Like her side piece hoe, to a family event? And I was like, well, that's an unspoken rule. The side piece, the mistress, the homewrecker, you're not allowed to go to Thanksgiving dinner. You're not allowed to go to church with the family because you're the hoe, you're the side hoe. And I was like, the idea that his family doesn't realize and understand what this means shows that his family does not care about him. Right? Like, you want him to move on and be happy, but they don't. They want him to stay miserable with a lying, cheating whore. And if that's the type of family I have, I don't even want that. Honestly, I don't want it. Just don't even be my family anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the funny part is like Jasmine is the family's meal ticket as far as like fame horse shit. But then Jasmine moved to Florida and left the family back in Michigan. So now they're like, oh, well, we might as well get back on Team Gino because Jazz is in Florida. So now we're going to hang out with her as much.
Well, I don't want him. Like, if I was Gino, I'd be like, I don't want you. You already picked your side. You're not welcome here no more. Right? Like, you're not welcome here no more. I don't need you. I will unfriend a family member. I will unfamily a family member so fast. Like, Michelle is an unfriend family member status for me. Like, she could never, like, you know how she invited Matt and Jasmine to a family event? Michelle, you would no longer be invited to the family events because you're not family no more. Because that's not how family behaves. Family has respect for their own flesh and blood. You don't pick the wife, the lying, cheating wife at that of your own family member. Like, nah, that's not how family behaves. So now you've worn out your own welcome. Now when we have events, you can't even come.
Yeah, and I mean, Italians are known for being very family oriented. So this is like a double stab in the back from Michelle.
Well, did you notice the scene where Matt called Gino a scumbag or a piece of shit or whatever in front of Gino's family?
Yeah.
One single person sucker punched him or throat punched him. I was like, see, that's how I know that this is not family that I would want. Because if I wasn't present, but all of my family was present and somebody said something like that about me, they would get throat punched. Bare minimal throat punch, they might actually get thrown through a glass window. But at bare minimal, they would have gotten throat punched. So I was like, see, this is how I know that Gino's family, no offense, Gino, but your family ain't shit. Because they should be defending you. Anybody has anything negative to say about you and you're not present to defend yourself, they should be defending you. And the fact that he can speak that recklessly about you in their presence shows that they ain't shit. No offense, but they ain't. They really ain't.
True. And then I did a couple tweets related to Jasmine and Matt. So let me just read them real quick. Um, let me see. One second. Sorry. And okay, let's see. My bad, y'all. Excuse the dead air. Okay, give me one second. Sorry. So anyway, I said about Jasmine, I said, and then because okay, so Jasmine at one point she says, I wanted to slap her in the face, meaning like Natalie. Jasmine wanted to slap Natalie in the face. So then I posted that screenshot and I said, in related news, the Cookie Monster wanted cookies. Count Von Count wanted to do math, and Oscar the Grouch wanted to hang with Jasmine, aka Trash. So basically, of course, she wanted to smack Natalie in the face. That's her whole MO.
Well, yeah, she likes to smack people when there's security around.
Mhm.
And when there's not security around, she's a cop caller. Oh, I did want to say I was really proud of Gino today because he said in one of his little in the moment interviews, he was like, Matt is a pathetic piece of trash.
Mhm.
I was like, oh my God, that is such an accurate representation of what he is and who he is. So I was like, good for you, Gino. I was like, next time say it to his face though, because
True.
he's under the impression that he can say things like, you're old and you need a Viagra and you're a piece of shit. It's like he's very confused at what he can and can't say to you. So the next time you see him, either say that to his face or, just throat punch him. That works too. Sometimes when you have to put somebody in their place, sometimes words aren't as effective. Sometimes a good throat punch, right? And sometimes it's better without warning. Just let them run their mouth, and then in the middle of them running their mouth, they just get a throat punch. They will know the next time they see you not to be disrespectful. They will automatically know, well, I'm not gonna try that shit again.
True, yeah. In the same vein, I did a tweet about Matt where I said Matt is a smug piece of shit. I almost hate him more than Jasmine. They're perfect for each other, two shitheads.
I saw that tweet and I was like, ooh, I do hate Matt, right? Like he's a home wrecking whore. But to hate him more than Jasmine, I don't think it's possible that I hate someone more than Jasmine. I don't know. Like he's up there, but he's still not the level of trash that
Yeah,
Jasmine has achieved. Like Jasmine is like the big boss. Like, when you're playing a video game and each level is like a bigger boss. Jasmine is at the top of the landfill trash, the trash landfill. Like she's like her kingdom is the biggest landfill of trash, and she emerges from the trash wearing you know how Lady Gaga wore a meat dress? She'd just be wearing a trash bag dress, and you would have to fight her at the end. Like she's the queen of trash. Like I don't think there's anyone trashier than Jasmine. It can't even really get to that level, I don't think.
Did
yeah.
you guys see the post she did and like how she was like pack ratting everything and like she was like saying that she was homeless and stuff? Ooh, some of the comments, ooh, they were really funny.
Well, did you see what she said tonight where she was like he abandoned her as an immigrant and left her homeless and left her with nothing? And I was like, but you keep, when you're telling your story, you keep leaving out all of the important parts. I was like, yeah, he kicked you out of his house after he found out you were having sex with another man before he gave you permission to, right? And like, and I'm still, I don't want to be rude, but I don't know if I accept Gino's permission because I don't know if Gino fully understands what's going on around him at all times. I don't know if he fully knew what was going on. So I think his permission, I could renege that. Like, I don't know if I would accept that. Like, as a judge, you can throw things out. Like, I don't accept that. I don't know if I accept that he gave her permission. I think that he didn't know how to handle the situation and he just made a decision that he didn't agree with. Like, that's what I really feel.
Yeah, I mean, even Gino said tonight to Matt, like, yeah, I didn't, y'all were talking months before I even knew about it or shit.
Well, right. And when he found out that things were going, he kicked her out. And why is he a bad person? Because she's like, he abandoned me. And I was like, you should be abandoned. You know who else was abandoned? Your kids. Since
Mhm.
we're talking about abandoning people, let's talk about it, Jasmine. Let's talk about it because you had no business, no problem abandoning your kids, but Gino is supposed to not abandon you. You push those babies out. Like you should have a little more of a bond with them babies. Gino didn't push you out of nothing. He got sick of your ass and he kicked you out. You shouldn't have left your kids there. So let's not call anyone an abandoner. You're the queen of that too.
Yeah, she abandoned the like she abandoned like her brown Panamanian babies, and then now she has the whitest looking baby on the planet.
Right. And then act like she ain't even got them other babies. That's exactly what Larissa did. Larissa came over here and forgot about them babies. And it's like, how do you do that? You can't just forget about, and that's like a man move, right? When men are in a relationship or a marriage and it doesn't work out, they get divorced and they just have kids with another woman and act like it didn't happen.
Mhm.
That's literally what she did. She just had kids with somebody else and act like the other kids never happened. And Larissa did it too. It takes a special kind of evil to be able to do that because men are a little more cold than women. Women have much more emotion and bond with children because they literally grow inside you, right? Like they literally are a part of you. So men can easily do evil shit like that because they don't grow humans. But women are usually a little more emotional and sympathetic.
I mean, we're learning quickly. Not all women.
Not all women. Not Jasmine is a succubus evil I don't even know. She's a woman because she's giving birth, but I don't know what else is going on in there, y'all. I really don't. I don't.
She's a snake.
Yeah, that's about right. She's an evil snake. It is what it is. So yeah, like you said, I can't hate Matt more. I hate Matt, but I can't hate him more. She's achieved that level of the queen of ignorant. And no one can really take that crown. Her crown isn't even in question for me. She's just the most evil person out there.
True. And then I wanted to talk about like Libby and Andre real quick because someone left a comment on Instagram, which I believe, and this is what they said. They said, this is they're talking, a commenter on my Instagram. It says, I think it says, I remember from their, oh, it says like, I remember from their Instagram stories around that time of year that they posted that they left together actually totally fake. So apparently they did leave together, according to this person.
Really? Oh man, I wish I don't follow her, so I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. Like, this was a storyline. You know that they were never considering moving to Moldova. You know that that property that they viewed was not their property. Nobody bought it. This is all bullshit. So I was thinking that too, because when you tweeted it out, you were like, "Oh, this is how you know her storyline is fake. That's why she wants to leave the country right away." And I responded and I was like, "I think this was her regularly scheduled departure time." I was like, I think that she automatically was leaving on this time. They just had to make it look like something happened. And I think you're right.
Yeah, and because again, like the next scene, it's like Andre's back home, greeting her at home. Like,
Well, right. They didn't show her getting home alone, unpacking alone, going through her daily life routine without him. You're right. The very next scene, he
it's
was
there.
there.
Yeah,
Very convenient, right? Because it would have made more sense for them to show her pulling in the garage, getting out of the car,
with the kids alone,
the
dragging
kids
all the
alone.
bags
That would have
alone.
well, right. That would have made it more believable. But no, the second we see them, they're all back there, even with the camera crew, they're all back in the house ready to film. Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, bullshit.
Yeah, so that's a real tea. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else to say about them?
Um, Not really. I mean, no, I have nothing.
I'll just read my tweet. I said that you alluded to. I said, obviously moving to Moldova storyline is bullshit from the beginning. Libby left town faster than OJ did on the night of the murders.
Yeah, yo, that's hilarious. Yeah, he was in that Bronco so fast, hopped on that freeway so quick. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm down with that. I believe that.
Mhm. True. Okay, who else haven't we talked about? Okay, yeah, there's a Brandon and Julia. They got the surprise party.
Yeah, so Julia's parents arrived, so they couldn't sleep in the same room, but they happened to be able to travel the 35 hours together. But sleeping in the same room was a lot because she's like, they don't get along, they're divorced. And I was like, if I don't get along with you, I'm also not traveling with you.
Mhm.
We're not going to even sit on the same plane because I can't guarantee I won't smack you. So the fact that they could travel together, but they couldn't sleep in the same room, I think it's BS. I think that this is a storyline too.
Mhm.
I know when my parents divorced, they weren't ever in the same place at the same time. And like when they went to like events, like graduations or stuff for the kids, they sat on opposite sides of the auditorium. So
Yeah,
sitting
but you don't know if they sat on opposite sides of the plane and not together.
hey, if I hate you, you don't need to be on the same plane as me. Okay? If I can find you, you're not safe. So they don't hate each other as much as they're leading on. I'm just saying.
But I did say that it could be that they're just playing nice because that's what a lot of parents do when they're divorced for the child, right?
That ain't no child. Julia
Like,
ain't no child. She grown as hell.
They'll always be show.
Julia
It'll
grown as
always
hell.
be
She grown as hell. She was a pole dancer. She grown as hell.
okay, if you put yourself in Julie's shoes, would you be upset about that surprise party or whatever? Like them
Me,
being in your house like that?
I do not want to sound like I'm with Julia, but look, I know the situation of overbearing people and family and like in-laws and stuff, and I know what that's like when you don't have control of your own home. So I don't want to say that I will be mad about the surprise party because I think in the end, it's a good it's a good impression showing that you want to welcome them and the in-laws love you and want to meet you. That's fine. It's the idea that they have a key to the house and she can't keep them out of her house, of her space. That's the only place where I sympathize, because you should feel safe and secure in your own home. And if you want your in-laws there, you only want them there when you want them there. And you should have the right to say, hey, I don't want you here tonight. And she doesn't have that right. So only in that aspect where she can tell them not to come over and they'll do it anyway, I don't agree with that. I think that there should be boundaries. And the real issue is more so Brandon not setting those boundaries, because it's his responsibility to set the boundaries. He's the one that gave her a key to that house when he shouldn't have. Though, if your wife says, I don't want your mom to have a key to our house, you don't do it anyway.
Like the way I feel about it is, if it was like normal life, like meaning like no TV show, no cameras and shit, um, then I would be annoyed. But if I know I'm filming a TV show and then they like do a surprise party, then I can't be annoyed because I know it's like good content for the show. So I'll be happy for the show. So to me, it all depends on if it's being filmed or not.
Well, I have to say this is all bullshit, because I noticed that Ron and Betty were like, oh, well, we would love to meet them and can't wait to meet them. I don't know if you remember that. And she was like, oh, we're going to bring them back home and spend time with them first. So they set the scene up. That's how I knew it was fake, because they made sure that they told us that. Well, Julia was like, well, you can't meet them. I'm bringing them home and they're going to spend time with me first. And then when I'm ready, you can meet them. So I knew they were setting up for something, because they made sure to emphasize that Ron and Betty weren't allowed to be there when they got there. So I was like, okay, they're setting something up. So I think the producers are the ones that were like, yo, let's give you like a $300 budget. Go buy a bunch of shit and decorate and set up a surprise party, because we know that's not what she would want. Like, I definitely feel like this was done for the show. Like, whether or not Julia was really upset, I don't really know. I do feel like Julia genuinely hates Betty. I think that's not fake. I feel like she genuinely hates her because she's overly involved and overly overly what's that?
Intertwined.
Yeah. I think that she genuinely does hate her. But I don't think that this situation in general is why she hates her. I think it's more so the shit we don't see.
True. Yeah, I looked up that hotel they were at in DC or whatever.
Is it expensive?
It's the Henley Park Hotel. It's a 3-star hotel. It's rated 4.1 star. I mean, it's a 3-star hotel. The review wise are 4.1 stars, but it's just 3-star hotel. As far as how much it costs,
Ooh, it's old. The building is really old. It looks very call it, what do you call it? Old? Historic. It looks like an historic building.
True. I don't think it's in it's not really in like a part of town I would hang I would it's near like the convention center in Chinatown. I guess if it's close to Chinatown, it's not bad, I guess. Anyway, yeah, it's not that special part of it's not in a special part of town though.
Well, it says that Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest is pretty close.
Yeah, it's close to everything, but if it's the closest thing that's worth going to, it's like near Chinatown, and Chinatown is near like the basketball stadium, so that's the only thing that it's really close to. So anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, they have Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen really close by. That sounds like a good place to eat. Am I right?
I haven't been. Do you know that guy? What's the name? Like Jose Andres or you know what I'm talking about? The chef Jose Andre or something?
I don't know that dude.
Gina, have you heard of him?
No. Was he on Hell's Kitchen?
Hold on 1 second. It's like Jose Andres. Jose Andres, he's famous, but he has a bunch of different kind of restaurants. But like there was one time I tried to go to like a cocktail type place of his that was all upscale, but like apparently you can't just like walk in or whatever.
Oh.
You have to like have not only reservations, it's more than just like reservation. Normally reservations you don't really have to pay for, but this place is so like upscale where it's like you have to have a reservation, but your reservation is like you have to almost pay like for everything in advance, almost like I have to pay like $100+ just to like it's like almost like $100 minimum or something, like just to have a reservation or some shit.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's like a cocktail bar. So when I try to walk in there like with no reservation, they like looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh shit. Okay.
But then I got pissed off. I'm like, because Jose Andres, he's famous for doing a lot of like charity work and like shit like that. Like during there's a disaster, natural disaster, him and his like chefs will go to like those countries and start like building, cooking bulk amounts of food to give to like disaster victims. But I got annoyed because I'm like, you're known for doing all this like charity work, but then I can't even go to your like fancy cocktail bar without being.
Well, Shabooty, somebody got to pay for those meals they're giving them free people over there. Somebody got to pay for that shit. When they be building them schools over there, somebody got to pay for that. Oh, but look, I just Googled. It says that the White House is 1.2 miles from that hotel.
True.
So when they were going on that tour,
Mhm.
that's why they were by the museums and everything. They were like right in the middle of all that stuff.
Yeah. So
Touristy part of town for sure.
true. All right. Well, yeah, that was that. Any okay, then we want to talk about like TigerLily and Adnan.
Oh yeah, so Adnan put on his Muslim face tonight. I mean, he had it on most of the season and the last season, but it got to that point where they get a little scary,
Mm-hmm.
right? And all of the guys on the show at some point they start to get a little scary where they're just like they get to it goes past suggesting to I need to force you into submission. And all of the guys on the show do it at some point. And tonight was the night that he decided to go into his I'm forcing you into submission. He called TigerLily a demon.
Mm-hmm.
And he also said that she's more than likely going to hell because she doesn't have a religion, which she does, though, because she's a Christian. But according to the Muslim religion, all religions are shams except Islam. So
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't stand in his eyes. So he said that in order for her to be a good Muslim mom, she's gonna need to commit, or I'm sorry, commit to converting to Islam, which I'm not surprised. Any woman who knows that she's marrying a Muslim man, they don't come on strong in the beginning anymore. They know not to scare you away.
Mm-hmm.
They're like Jehovah Witnesses.
Yes, they know not to scare you away because I was raised in a religious cult and it used to be the way they do things now versus how when I was raised in it, they don't scare people away right in the beginning anymore. They get you, they loop you in. It's kind of like you set bait.
Mm-hmm.
You set traps. You set a trap, you get people in, you build a relationship with them, and then you force them into submission. And that's kind of how Adnan did it tonight. And he said something tonight that really bothered me. I don't know why, but at the end of their scene, when she was walking away after he called her a demon, he was like, screw your religion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, that really bothered me because at the end of the day, we all have the right to believe what we want to believe or not believe anything at all. And people who want to take that right away from people, that scares me because, a lot of wars going on in the Middle East are for that specific reason. Because you want to believe something that they don't want you to believe, or vice versa. So they want to throw an atomic bomb and kill everyone there. Like, that's really scary for me. So when he said that, it really rubbed me the wrong way because I was like, if she decides that she doesn't want to convert, you can't say screw your religion. You should just say screw you and leave her. But you like, why is it about the religion? Like, I don't know. It made me feel a certain type of way when he said that.
I don't know, like when I feel like nowadays, because it's not like their first season, Adnan and TigerLily, so I feel like now they're kind of veterans of the show. So to me, it's kind of like the new car smell or whatever. The originality is kind of wearing off. So to me, I just feel like Adnan just goes off the rails, says all this crazy shit, and he kind of knows the cameras are rolling, and he knows to say stuff that would upset the viewers, like you just alluded to. And I feel like, I feel like in the back of his eye, he's like looking off camera at the producers and he knows like, oh yeah, well, this is gold because I'm saying crazy shit. And as soon as like they say like end scene, cut, and then he'll probably like they'll both start laughing together and be like, yeah, that was good shit, right? So I feel like they're just both in on it on his all Muslim shtick.
I don't know. I mean, I hope so. But
Mhm.
usually people that are really deep into this religion, they really feel that way. Like they really want to. Remember Nicole and what was his name? Mahmoud. Remember
Yeah, well, I feel like Mahmoud is like he's like real crazy. I feel like Adnan at this point, give him like 6 more months, he's gonna be like American the way Mahdi's turning American. Like,
Oh, really? So you think that he's kind of like a whitewashed Muslim where
yeah.
he's doing it, but in some time he'll eventually loosen up.
Yeah, I feel like he's loving this Lamborghini. He loves going to the gun range. He loves vaping. He's like turning Americanized. I don't think he's really, yeah, sure, he wants her to be Muslim or whatever, all that shit for the TV show. But I think he doesn't really give a fuck. But somebody like Mahmoud is like, he's the more insane guy.
Ah, okay. Okay. I mean, well, Adnan was saying stuff like, I need to save her soul. And
Yeah.
like when you start talking about stuff like that, that's where you lose me, because y'all know I was raised in a religious cult, and that's how people talked and acted. They're like, "Oh well, I have to save you from the pits of hell," and like that type of talk. That's where I draw the line. Like, because at the end of the day, nobody knows who's going to heaven or hell. Like, if you want to be real technical, I'll piss off everybody. We don't even know if there's a heaven or hell. We've only read about shit, right? So we don't even know that. So don't tell people where they're gonna go when you don't even know for sure. Like that shit pisses me off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. So my theory is like, give if they like Adnan and TigerLily, if they come back another season, he'll be like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I mean, obviously for the show, the producers are gonna hammer home. They want him to say all the crazy like Muslim stereotypes and stuff because it's good for like the show. But I feel like when this cameras aren't rolling, you know, I don't know. I mean, he like whatever. Everything seems to be like either for the TV or the only thing I was gonna say is like he did throw away all of her vapes, but I don't know if that's like an anti-Muslim thing or you just don't want your baby mama vaping. But
I think it's that. I think
Baby mama vaping because he does it.
yeah,
Because remember the last few episodes, she's just like, I saw you smoking. Why didn't you like me about it?
Well, did you watch the previews for next week, or maybe it was the end of their scenes tonight, where she was talking to him about trust, and he was like, "Well, I'm the man. I can do whatever I want. Like, you don't have any say in what I do because I'm a man." And I think at the end of the day, he really believes that. Most Muslim men believe that. Like, if he wants to vape, he believes I'm a man, I can do it. And I can go to heaven still because I'm a man, because men in their religion, men are higher than women. Women are property, they're cattle, and men are kings. So I think in his mind, he really does believe I can vape, I can smoke, he can do anything he wants. And at the end of the day, I think that he's still gonna get in. He thinks he's still gonna get into heaven because he's a man. Women have to follow everything to the T and then still beg and then kiss their feet and then maybe, just maybe, they'll get into heaven because women are at the mercy of them. And I think that's what he really believes.
True. All right. Is there anyone we haven't talked about?
Did we talk about Georgie and Darcey, or maybe we did?
I think I just said they were boring.
Well, yeah, there wasn't really much to discuss. So Georgie and Darcey were bickering in this episode, like every other episode. And he met his sister's kids for the first time, which, I'm not saying that that wasn't a beautiful moment or whatever, but airline tickets have been on sale this past 13 years. If he really wanted to meet his sister's kids or see his sister get married or whatever, he could have easily bought a damn ticket and went over there. So I don't really know why, because he's like, this is a big deal for me. I haven't been here in 13 years. I didn't meet her kids. I never saw her got married. And I was like, plane tickets were available for sale this whole time. If you really wanted to go, you could have got on a plane and went.
He just needed a sugar mama to fucking fund the trip. That's all.
He has one. Darcey.
That's why he went.
But Darcey could have sent him over there when she got married.
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw Captain posted a tweet tonight, and she said that if this is what $75,000 gets you in Moldova, I want to know what 750,000, I don't know, whatever her tweet was. So that property that they showed in Moldova, the one that was allegedly the one that Andre purchased and got swindled for, how much do you think that property really cost? Because we know that's not really his property. We know this is all a storyline. I'm gonna go ahead and say with 10,000 US dollars, you could own whatever they were touring that tonight. I'm pretty sure.
You would think so. I mean, because the structure ain't worth shit. It's only the land.
Well, even Andre was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a teardown. It's just the land or whatever." Even being, I think that was probably the most dilapidated property or structure the producers could find in a short amount of time. So that's why they use that, because they're like, well, we need a fake property because part of the storyline is this property. So this is what they could find in the amount of time that they had. Because I was like, you're going to convince me somebody paid $75,000 in Moldova for this? Like, even if you were going to tear it down, you wouldn't pay $75,000 for land in Moldova. Like, get the fuck out of here. No one's crazy.
Yeah. And it didn't even make sense because he said like, well, the contractors were Russian, and because of the Russian war, they took our money and ran. It's like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, none of it makes sense, but nothing that Andre says ever makes sense. So I didn't even try to follow along at that point because I was like, they don't have real backstory on this. It's just I made a bad investment and they didn't really give him anything else to work with. And Andre's not really good at telling stories, if you've noticed. So
telling the truth.
yeah, so if you need him to explain a situation, you basically are setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Oh, and I posted my like Libby tweet on Instagram, and I'm not gonna read it, but I mean I already read the tweet, but I posted a Instagram caption of my tweet on Instagram that was very stinging. So feel free to go read it after the podcast. It was very stinging, is all I'll say.
What? Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, meaning like it was eloquent and shit talking all at once. Anyway, so do we hit all the notes?
I think so. We didn't see Lauren, thank God,
Or
nor Jovi and Yara.
Yeah, which was great because they are integrated together for some reason, and I don't care for any of what they have going on. So yeah, that was a nice little break.
Oh, and well, there was in the preview. We saw Cara in the preview, and her mom was like, "Yeah, you better go lawyer up real quick or something."
Oh yeah. She was saying you should get a lawyer, yeah, about what was going on. And Cara did in that clip say that she did not cheat on.
Yeah, maybe not physically, but maybe emotionally.
Right, because she was like, I can't really figure out why we're not together. She's like, it's not like I cheated on him. So she's alluding that nothing physically happened between her and anyone else. Because I know a lot of people were speculating, she probably cheated on him. And she's clearing that up, I guess, in next episode. She wants people to know, well, she wants you to believe, I don't know what happened, that she didn't cheat on him or what. So.
Yeah, my money's still, and again, allegedly, but my money is still on. I'm just talking shit right now, but she could have had an emotional affair.
Well, yes, the way she reacted with her phone,
Yeah.
that points to her emotional affair. If you are talking and giggling with somebody other than your spouse, and then when they ask you who it is or they try to look, you hide it, it's leaning in that direction, right? Like, because if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have to hide anything. Just like Judge Judy used to say, if you always tell the truth, you don't need to have a good memory. Or if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't really need an explanation. Right? You don't need an alibi if you didn't do anything wrong. And I think, the way that she reacted shows that she was doing something because she acted like a guilty person would act. So, if you didn't do anything wrong, you're gonna act like you didn't do anything wrong. And she didn't do that.
True, and then we could save this conversation for the next for Friday or whatever. But just so apparently a bunch of the cast members were in Vegas for like Rob's birthday.
Oh
I
my
saw
God,
that
I saw
Gina
that.
was there.
We could probably do like 30. We could probably spend like 20 minutes on that. So
Yeah, but I don't even want, because once we start, I have a lot to go on. So yeah,
yeah,
let's save that for Friday because there was
a lot of cast members.
yeah, and I want to get into each and every cast member and break down what I think is going on in there. So yeah, let's not even do that right now.
Yeah, that's like 25. So anyway, I guess we could end it at that point, right? Or at this point.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna lie. This wasn't a Tom Cruise episode. I was bored. I was waiting for the funny part is I wasn't paying attention to the time. So I was waiting for the show to pick up. And then the next time I looked up, it was next time on 90 Day Fiancé Happily, and I was like, oh shit, it's over. I was like, oh, I guess it's not gonna pick up because I'm like waiting for something to happen and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then next thing I know, the episode ended. So yeah, this was like one of the worst episodes of the season for me, to be honest.
True. I don't know. I must obviously well like the Darcey scenes bored me, the Libby scene, whatever. I for some reason though, I must have it kept my attention to where I wasn't behind an hour like I normally am where I'm bored to tears. So for some reason I actually maybe it was just my ADHD wasn't flaring up tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I mean, the Gino and Matt confrontation was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't. I can't wait to maybe give Gino some pointers on how to handle people because it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But that was the only thing that entertained me throughout the whole night.
Mhm. Yeah. True. Yeah. No, I feel like the only thing I was gonna say add to it is like I know Gino's they're filming a show, so Gino probably has to go along with what the producers say. But like if anyway, just even like as soon as like Matt went outside to talk to Gino, Jasmine, like Gino should have just like if I was in Gino's shoes, like I would have like put an end to the conversation as soon as it started. I'd be like, no, get the fuck out of here, Matt. Like we're not talking to you. Get the fuck out of our face.
Well, yeah, hell yeah. Like when Matt said, "Can I talk to you? Can I please talk to you?" I'd have been like, "Hell No.
Yeah, like I would have ended the conversation like in the first
Exactly.
5 seconds, like, get the fuck out. We're not talking. Get out of here. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to see your face.
I would have did one of those that they do on basketball wise. I think Tammy Roman, she's like, I'm gonna give you 4 seconds to get the hell up out my face, or I'm gonna beat the fuck. I'm gonna knock you out. Like that's exactly. I would have been like, I'm gonna give you to the count of what's that on Home Alone? I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your lazy, stupid, like I'm gonna give you
Stinking.
right. Like, and if you still in my face when I get to 4, I'm gonna knock your ass out. And that's exactly you right. Because that man coming into my presence, I was like, now you want to fight. You coming up to me, now you're basically telling me you want to fight, and I'm gonna give you what you want.
True. So, anyways, that was that. Yeah, so I guess tomorrow's Hunt for Love. We'll hopefully do the podcast after the Hunt for Love tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's the finale too, guys. So don't forget, it's 2 hours long. It's the finale, and then we're going to the next 2 weeks after is the tell-alls with an S. 2 episodes.
True.
And I don't know if the tell-alls are 2 hours long as well. Gina, have you checked that yet?
No, I haven't, but I was looking at properties and what they cost in Moldova. Now, I don't know if this is in US dollar or Moldovan dollars, but there's a warehouse that you can buy for $615,000.
But
wait, 600.
Here, I'll send you the screenshot. But then I don't know if it's in US or not. That's the thing.
I'm pretty sure in Moldova they're using their own currency.
So if the price is in their own currency, it would basically be in US dollar at $36,000.
Oh, for a whole warehouse. Okay, so yeah,
for a whole warehouse. So
oh yeah, 75,000 for that one house is outrageous. Yeah. Sure. I knew it was. I didn't even need to know that it was bullshit. But now that Gina has researched it, we even know with it beyond scientific certainty, it's bullshit.
True. So yeah, we'll look more into that and give you an update the next show as far as currencies go and all that shit.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, so 600. Yeah, you're right. It just says 615. It doesn't give you a currency. So yeah, we'll look into it more and we'll talk about that a little bit more next week.
True. All right. Well, thank you. Let's see who's listening live. Thank you, Coco Puff. Thank you, DayB. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Pineapple Girl. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, I guess that ends this episode of 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a
Sunday.
Sunday.
All right, peace out, everyone.
Peace out,
Good
everybody.
night.